Greetings, students. Welcome to Quest for Knowledge, the Philosophy 1050, I believe it is, in the summer 2026 Summer 2 semester. My name is Dr. Schafer, and I've created this video to give you an introduction of myself and of the class, and welcome you to the class. Hope we have a great 5 weeks together. So I'd like to do basically 3 things in this video. Tell you a little bit about myself first, talk about how to navigate the class on Brightspace, and then thirdly, talk about some tips for how to succeed in this class. So let me start with introducing myself. I'm coming to you from my office, my home office, which is where I will be sitting most days, communicating with you through virtual space. Let's see, I am a longtime Xavier faculty member. I started in the fall of 1999, which is a really long time ago. I think I just finished my 26th year at Xavier. This was my first academic job after I finished my PhD in philosophy at DePaul University, which is in Chicago. Shout out to all the Chicago folks in the class. There always are a few. And, you know, I fell in love with Xavier, with the students, the institution, the city of New Orleans, and really have seen no reason to leave since then. Let me just mention, I'm not going to say anything more about myself right now, but one of the things that I'm going to ask you to do in the first couple days of the class is to post an introduction of yourself on the discussion board. And you'll see that I have posted an introduction that is about me and goes into a little bit more detail about some of my interests and hobbies. So check that out for more details about me. Okay, so this is an asynchronous online class. So we won't be meeting in person. I will have Zoom office hours that I will set up, probably at least a couple times a week. But you'll need to navigate all of the different elements of the course on your own through Brightspace. And so what I recommend that you do to figure out how this course is set up, because every instructor sets things up on Brightspace a little bit differently, even though all the Brightspace tools are the same. When you go to the page for our class, on the left-hand menu, there's that menu on the left-hand side, a vertical menu. There is something called, actually, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. You'll see the announcements, right? So right now, the only announcement is the one that I sent out last week about the required textbooks for the class. So make sure you read that if you haven't read it already. But once you do that, go to the content tab, which is on a horizontal tab at the top of the screen. Click on the content button. I'm doing that now. That will take you to the content area of the course, and you'll see that vertical menu on the left-hand side of the screen. What you should do is to go to the overview tab, which is the very top link on that vertical tab. And if you go there, you'll get an overview of the class. And then at the end of that overview, it'll say, go to the Start Here button, which is also on that vertical content tab on the left-hand side. And if you click the Start Here, that will give you all the information that you need to get started with the class. It'll give you an overview of all the assignments, how the grade's determined. It'll give you, it's basically a kind of syllabus there that's broken into different pieces with different links. There is a link to an old-fashioned syllabus on there as well, and a reading schedule. So if you do that, you will be able to figure out how the course works. The only thing that I would add to this is to say that the way that I've organized the work for this class is in 2 weeks. So summer semesters at Xavier are 5-week courses. And so I will create, in fact, I've already created, and you'll see this when you get to Brightspace. I have created a a content link for each week of the semester. And so what you'll do is you'll click on week 1, that'll take you to the week 1 content area, and you'll have a description of everything that we're going to do that week by day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then down below that will be links to all of the texts, the assignments, the instructional materials, the audio lectures, everything else that you need for the class, okay? If you have any questions, send me an email or post in the discussion board. There's a topic that I've created for questions about the class. Okay, so let's talk about how to succeed in this class. I think that it is pretty simple and straightforward, and yet it's also very difficult, I think, because of the nature of summer courses and the fact that many of us are doing other things in the summer besides taking a summer class. And so those other things are going to take up some of your time, and it may distract you from your focus on this course. And so I really think that the key to success in this class is basically to show up. And by show up, what I mean is that you've got to check in every day on this course. Make sure that you know what the deadlines are for the various assignments. There's a lot of work, relatively small, low stakes work that I'm going to ask you to do for this course. And you'll see all of that in the Get Started Now page that I referenced earlier. In my experience, I've been teaching online asynchronous summer courses for a long time at Xavier, and the number one reason by far where students get below a C in the class, a D or an F, is because they miss deadlines, they miss assignments, and I'm going to be pretty uncompromising about that. So, if you miss a deadline, unless you notify me in advance because there's something that has come up in your life, maybe you're working, maybe you're on an internship and something has come up. If you contact me in advance, we can work something out. But if you don't, then that's going to be water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned, and you're going to have to take a 0 in whatever it was that you missed, whether that be a discussion board deadline or a quiz or a short writing or something else. So make sure it's your responsibility to keep up with the work for the class. And if you have any questions at all, send me an email. I'm pretty good about responding quickly to emails, and we can work something out, okay? The other thing that I want to mention for this class is that it is a reading intensive class, and you can't get away with not doing the readings for this class. This may be hard for some of you because I'm going to assume that you are doing the readings from the physical text that I've asked you to order, and that you're doing kind of the basic work to engage with the ideas for the class. All of the things that we're going to be talking about this semester are going to be found in the different books that we're reading. And so those books are the common source that all of us have. I'm reading the same words that you are. And so you're going to need to acquire those books. You're going to need to follow the instructions week by week to do the readings. If you start taking shortcuts with this class, if you go to online materials and external sources, then that is the quickest way to get yourself in trouble. So please don't do that. If you do that, if you try to take shortcuts, then really what you're doing is you're hurting your own learning, you're depriving yourself of opportunities to become a better thinker, to become a better writer, to become a better person, potentially, by doing the work that you will profit from. Even if you're not kind of immediately interested in that stuff. Some things are like that. They're not immediately gratifying, but if you stick with it and do the work, then you get the reward at some point down the road. Okay, so in short, show up, make sure that you're aware of all the deadlines, and also do the readings, do the thinking for yourself. Don't let AI do thinking for you. That's a huge mistake these days. AI is a really powerful and really cool tool for us to use in different ways, but to allow the voice of AI to do the thinking and the writing for you for a college level course is a huge mistake. So please don't do that. It's pretty obvious as an instructor for me when I see that students have done that. So look, that's all I wanted to say in this intro video. Best wishes for a great semester, and I will see you in cyberspace. Bye.